Yunnan, China. Heavy rains that have lashed Yunnan Province, China, over the past few days have triggered landslides and flooding in various areas. On Friday, August 22, 2025, the most severe incident occurred, causing significant damage, loss of life, and disruption to thousands of residents. Major landslides in mountainous regions. Mountainous areas in Yunnan were the worst hit by the disaster. Landslides struck several remote villages located on steep slopes. A village in Jinxiong County, located in Jiaodong City, was reportedly buried by a mud and rock slide, with dozens of houses completely destroyed. According to initial reports from local authorities, dozens of people were feared buried. A joint rescue team consisting of the military, police, and volunteers was immediately deployed to the location. However, the difficult terrain, blocked roads, and still unpredictable weather conditions presented significant challenges to search and rescue efforts. Teams were forced to use heavy equipment and manual tools to remove debris and search for survivors. Widespread flooding inundates key infrastructure. In addition to landslides, flooding also poses a serious threat to low-lying areas. The overflowing of major rivers has inundated several cities and villages, forcing thousands of residents to evacuate. The Yunnan provincial government has set up dozens of emergency evacuation centers to provide shelter, food, and medical services to the victims. The flooding has not only damaged homes, but also paralyzed vital infrastructure. Several major bridges and highways connecting cities have been cut off, hampering the distribution of logistics and humanitarian aid. Power and telecommunications networks have also been cut off in many areas, complicating communication and coordination for rescue teams. Rapid response and humanitarian assistance. The Chinese government has responded to this disaster swiftly and decisively. The National Committee for Disaster Prevention and Reduction has activated a high-level emergency response. The president and other high-ranking officials have expressed deep sympathy for the victims and ordered the allocation of emergency funds to support rescue and reconstruction operations. Numerous humanitarian organizations and volunteers from across the country have flocked to help, bringing medical supplies, warm clothing, blankets, and food. The international community has also expressed condolences and offered assistance to the Chinese government. Weather forecast and recovery. Although the intensity of the rain has decreased, the China Meteorological Administration warns that light rainfall is still likely in the coming days, which could trigger further landslides. Residents are advised to remain vigilant and follow all evacuation instructions from authorities. The post-disaster recovery process is expected to be lengthy and requires significant resources. The government's primary focus is evacuating all victims, distributing aid equitably, and beginning repairs to damaged infrastructure. This disaster serves as a reminder to all parties of the importance of natural disaster preparedness and the need for more effective mitigation measures in the future. Yunnan Province, in southwest China, has steep mountainous topography and geological formations susceptible to erosion. During the rainy season, heavy rainfall on slopes causes recurring landslides and flash floods. This situation is exacerbated by soil instability, human activity, and the effects of prolonged extreme climate events. Prior to August 22nd, Chinese authorities had already stepped up disaster preparedness. On August 20th, 2025, the Ministry of Natural Resources activated a Level 4 emergency response for geological disasters in Liaoning and Yunnan, an alert following forecasts of intense rainfall in several regions. Instructions were issued to strengthen monitoring of vulnerable areas, rapid inspections, and early warning systems. Then, on August 21st, 2025, the National Drought Prevention and Flood Control Administration activated a Level 4 emergency response for flood control in Liaoning, Sichuan, and Yunnan. This alert followed expectations of heavy rainfall and localized storms predicted for August 21st to 22nd. These measures reflected the government's heightened preparedness following forecasts of threatening extreme weather. Landslide in Mohay Township, Ning'er County, Pu'er City, around August 22, 2025. Around August 22, 2025, a landslide triggered by heavy rain struck a village in Mohay Township, Ning'er County, Pu'er City, Yunnan, early in the morning, around 5:40 a.m. local time. Impact: 3 people were killed, 1 person remains missing, and 1 survivor was evacuated and hospitalized by 10 a.m. that day. A total of 58 residents from 23 households have been relocated to safer locations. Search and rescue operations continue with full vigilance by authorities. Although there were no direct reports of flooding that day, weather forecasts indicated the possibility of heavy, localized rain that could cause flash floods or street flooding in Yunnan. A flood emergency response status was activated the day before, and monitoring activities for potential flooding were already underway. Social and government impact analysis. Social and procedural impact. The loss of life and property due to landslides adds to the record of natural tragedies in Yunnan. The mass evacuation and emergency response that have taken place demonstrate relatively good preparedness, but still require further attention. The threat of further disasters, such as flooding, remains a constant threat as heavy rains continue. Government response and policy. The activation of the emergency status, Level 4, from August 20th to 21st demonstrates rapid coordination between central and local institutions. The relocation and handling of victims, 3 dead, 1 missing, 1 survivor, took place immediately the morning after the landslide, indicating the preparedness of local rescue units. Although not confirmed, emergency budget allocations, tens of millions of yuan, are typically allocated for disaster response of this kind, based on previous patterns. On August 22, 2025, Yunnan recorded a tragic landslide in Mohay township, Ning'er, following an extreme weather warning and an emergency response status that had been activated. This tragedy highlighted the region's vulnerability to heavy rainfall and geological hazards. Early preparations and rapid response have been made, but to reduce the risk of similar disasters in the future, it is recommended expanding warning systems and mitigation capacity, disaster risk-based zoning, strengthening infrastructure and training local communities, long-term support, including a rehabilitation and recovery budget,